Hello, hello, it's Joey Atlas here with your first official Atlas Candid Coaching Cam session. So I'm going to be a little rough around the edges. As you know, I usually do most of my stuff unscripted, unedited, um, off the cuff. And with this new phase of things for the new site, I'm going into new territory here. So either way, you're going to get a lot out of this. And what we're doing here is I had a great idea. I am about to record the Mind Shift Wake Up Call, which is one of the freebie coaching audios that is on the new site, which you might be on right now depending on where you're watching this video. So if you're on the site, you will also see under this video the buttons where you can share this with other people who can use it, but you'll also see the link to the audio segment version of this, which you can listen to while you're driving, walking, running, whatever that might be. And so let me show you how we're going to record that. I am going to use a neat app called Clip It. And so I'm showing you this now so that you're familiar with the future versions of this stuff that I do. So we're going to get this in here so the mic is near my mouth. I'm going to show you the Clip app. This is the big record button. So that's really it. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to be focusing on audio, but I figured this is a great candid video to shoot, and it's going to reach other people who kind of want to see me and my facial expressions as I'm going through this. So enjoy it. When we're done, please do share it. And if you have any questions, of course, please post underneath or come find me on social media, Twitter channel or Facebook, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. So here we go. Gonna press record and I'm gonna get right into it. This is Joey Atlas with the Mind Shift Wake Up Call coaching segment. As I'm recording this, please keep in mind I've also got the Candid Cam, the Atlas Candid Coaching Cam going, so we're making a video of this as well. It's somewhat experimental, but I figured, hey, if we can get this out there in more ways than one, then we have the possibility of impacting more people. So let me introduce the Mind Shift Wake Up Call concept to you. Depending on who you are, this could mean several different things. If you are sedentary, and if you've been sedentary your whole life, this wake-up call is going to serve you a certain way. If you've been an on and off exerciser, on and off diets, on and off fitness for most of your life, this will serve you in a slightly different way. And if you are a fully committed fitness enthusiast, your health is a priority, or maybe even you're a fitness professional, trainer, maybe you manage a health club. Even if you're at that, what we say, top level, this will be something that you'll also be able to use by turning it into your own knowledge and sharing with people, or maybe even just sharing this audio or the video outright. Either way, it's meant to help you in some way and also have a ripple effect of helping other people. So, what is the Mind Shift Wake-Up Call? Let's take this from a sedentary person's perspective. You've never done any exercise. You've never ate right. You've never taken care of yourself. You've kind of just lived by default. And depending on your age range, you might be starting to feel and see some of the symptoms of self-neglect. Could be excess weight gain, could be very low energy, could be pre-diabetic, could be a lot of things. And if you're in a more advanced age range, you could possibly be suffering some serious effects, possibly early heart disease, possibly depression. That's not out of the question at all. If you neglect the body, neglect your brain, your mind, your total health, depression can come from that, just like heart disease, just like diabetes, just like osteoporosis. Depression can come about as well. So the key here, the first step in all this, is awareness. And awareness of the fact that you need to take care of yourself. And the first clues in that are the things that are going wrong with you, the things that do not feel right, your medical exams that come back negative. These can all be wake-up calls. You could possibly have a family member who has passed away, a family member who's been diagnosed with an illness that could have been prevented through healthy lifestyle habits. Those could be wake-up calls. This video and this audio actually could be the wake-up call. Maybe everything's been okay in your life, except you're starting to feel that you need to be doing something to take care of yourself, and you're fortunate enough to have made it this far without any complications, but you know it's only going to get worse with time if you don't do anything. So maybe this coaching audio is that wake-up call. So that's number one, awareness. The part B of the awareness is your level of awareness of the lack of awareness of everybody else around you. It's pretty much a close guesstimate that about 85% of the population does not exercise and eat right on a consistent basis. And that's no secret. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You go out in public, the majority of people are out of shape, overweight. They look very low energy. Most of them even look depressed if you kind of just take it in and watch a little bit. It's about 12 to 15% of the population, generally speaking, that does take care of themselves on a consistent basis. So that second level of awareness is being aware of how everybody else operates and goes through life. And that will eventually take us into something I call the matrix. And we'll address that in a future coaching session. But the key is to be aware of how everybody else is operating, because that's going to allow you to step out of that and separate yourself from the pack, hopefully influence a lot of other people, and create a ripple effect based on your personal values and your new actions of taking care of yourself. The second part of the Mind Shift wake-up call is being honest and being wise with yourself. Honesty is easy, but a lot of people don't think they have wisdom. We all have wisdom, just like we all have unlimited willpower. That wisdom lies somewhere between the brain and somewhere between the heart, what we call kind of the mind area, the part that we're responsible for taking care of and managing. That wisdom is there. Here's one sliver of how to be honest and how to tap into your wisdom. Most people know this, they just ignore it. Being sedentary, no physical activity or minimal physical activity, and eating poorly is an open invite to disease and early death. I call this slow suicide. As I'm reading this here, reading my notes, I'm seeing in the video that you're probably wondering, what's he looking at? Well, these are my rough notes. And how I go about this is, if I'm in a random open conversation, Q&A type scenarios, I could go just on and on with this stuff without having to look at notes. But when I'm pre-planning a somewhat outlined draft of content that I'm delivering, I then have to create notes because it's in a non-conversational manner that I'm delivering it. But I don't like memorizing it because, to me, it's very unnatural for me. And I don't like memorizing. I like to speak from the heart, from the gut, and then what's coming fresh into the mind as I'm going through it. So you'll see me look at these every now and again for reference. But as you can see, they're kind of choppy, mixed colors. Just to put it into context for you. If you're hearing this on the audio, you may want to come check out the video if it's of interest to you to see how I put these together. So that number 2, honesty and wisdom, having it with yourself. That's one example, but there are many examples that are out there, but people never get to this realization, right? That's the key here in all this, is lack of honesty and lack of tapping into that wisdom is how people end up in their late 50s, 60s, 70s, suffering premature aging way before their time. That's the essence of number 2 here. Unfortunately, there are many people, we all hear stories like this that are close to home, where somebody in their late 30s or early 40s suffers a heart attack or comes down with some kind of illness or disease that's supposed to hit you in your 80s. That is where this self-honesty and wisdom needs to come in. Needs to come in as soon as possible, as soon as you realize it. Hopefully we can impact the world in a way where it's in your teens and 20s where people realize, yes, I need to take care of myself. So being honest and wise with yourself, regardless of which stage of life you're at right now, if you're lacking what you need to take care of yourself, it's time to start implementing. It's never too late. If you have a heartbeat, it's never too late to start turning things around, regardless of age. If you're above ground, you've got a chance. This is my green tea, sweetened with stevia, of course, with the Sculptifit S8. I'll be sipping some of that as I usually do. All right, number 3, you have to realize the gift of life that you have. What does this mean? So many people take their life for granted. You don't think you're special. You think, well, life is just, there are 6 billion or so people in this world. I'm just another one of them. Well, the truth is, every single life is a miracle. I learned this when I was going to school for my exercise physiology degree, and we took apart the entire human body over the course of 8 weeks. Gross anatomy was the course. And in taking apart the body and simultaneously learning how all the systems work together as one, it hit me that we are miracles. The way we have been designed, built, created, however you want to call it, is miraculous. It's beyond miraculous. The word miracle doesn't do us justice. And that's everybody, including you. There's another point to drive this home. I've seen this in a bunch of references on the internet. The first place I heard about it, though, was from Gary Vaynerchuk. He's got a great podcast. He's got some other stuff he does. But he constantly refers to this 400 trillion to 1 chance that each one of us could have been born or not. So consider the fact that the chances of you being born, coming into this earth, into this world, was a 1 in 400 trillion chance. That makes you really special. Again, it goes beyond the word miracle. So consider that right now. And why do I bring this up? I bring this up because you have to realize the gift of life that you've been given is worth taking care of. It's worth making a daily investment in physical activity, proper physical activity, eating properly, taking care of yourself mentally, whatever ways you could think of. TLC, self-care. Because the opposite, self-neglect, is, again, it's the slow suicide. So the key I'm trying to drive home here is really you recognizing that you are a gift, you are a miracle, and that you are worth living as long as possible with as much strength, vitality, and health as possible. Why do I go deep into this stuff? This is part of that mind shift wake-up call. I want at least part of this to hit home with you so that you can wake up and say, oh, you know what? Joey's right. I am worth something. My life is worth living. I'm going to maximize it. That takes us to part 4. Why? Why would you want to? Yeah, okay, so life is a gift. It's a miracle. I'm a 1 in 400 trillion shot of being here. Why do I want to take care of myself? Well, for many people, there are a lot of similar reasons. For you, there might be some specific ones that are applicable to your life and the things in your life and the things that are important to you. But let's just take a few of them that are common. as we age, we have a choice. We can age with vigor and independence, or we can age quickly and prematurely and have to be pushed around in a wheelchair if we even live. We may need people to spoon feed us. We may need people to dress us. We may need people to do a lot of other things for us. So taking care of yourself is the key to maintaining independence and, in effect, maintaining your ability to live to the max by taking care of yourself. That's one why. Another why could be maybe you have children, maybe you have grandchildren, maybe you plan on having great grandchildren. Don't you want to be around for them? And on top of that, don't you want to be able to move and run and participate with them instead of them having to just look at you in a wheelchair or in the lazy boy? That could be one of your whys. Those are just a few examples. You may have others, and there are many. We can go on and on with the reasons why you want to live your life to the max and get the most out of it. It should all simply be because of yourself. Number one, you want to be your best, and you want to be able to give the world your best, the entire world around you, including starting first with your loved ones. So think about your whys. That takes us to the wrap-up here. The wrap-up is basically my coaching tip, coaching suggestion. We'll call it the Atlas Action Tip. Now here's how you can get the most out of this. What you want to do is simply take an old school note card, okay? Could be a piece of paper, could be a real note card, something along these lines where you take a pen and you write several things. What you're going to write at the top is my mind shift wake up call. That's the title. This is your mind shift wake up call. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put number one, and you're going to write your awareness statement. Really simple. Just state your awareness note, whether it's me doing this video or audio and making you aware, or whether it's something that has already happened to you that led you to listen to this or watch this. Make note of what that awareness statement and that awareness trigger is. Put it on here, okay? Second thing you want to put on here is your honesty and wisdom statement. Simple. Keep it short, one-liner, nothing crazy. You're not writing a book yet. Put your honesty and wisdom statement. Be honest with yourself. It could be as simple as, yes, I realize I've been neglecting myself, and I realize I need to take care of myself. Simple. Put it down. Number three, write that you realize your life is a miracle, and you realize your life is a gift. Write it. Don't just think it. Don't just hear me say it. Don't just watch me say it. Write it down. When you write it down, something magical happens, okay? It becomes more real, and it becomes more real to you. I don't need to be convinced of this. I know this already. This is real. My life is a gift. I've been through my struggles. I've been through my ups and downs. I've had my doubts, but no more. I want you to do the same. I need you to get there as well. So write that down. Number four, write at least one of your reasons why. Why do you want to take yourself to your best potential? It could be simply for yourself. It could be for a loved one. It could be for all your loved ones. It could be a bunch of different reasons. It could be reasons that I don't even know of, but to you it could be a reason. So write at least one why, just one. If you want to add more, that's fine. We'll add to this later, but write your one why, at least. And number five, take your device, take a photo of this, take an image of it with whatever device you use, so that if you lose this one, you have it on your device to look at all the time, anytime. Take the paper one, put it on a place that you commonly go daily, whether it's on your desk or your refrigerator or in your car. Wherever you think you're going to see this the most, put it there. Of course, the one on your device, save for quick access, so you can refer to it anytime. This will be important later on down the road. And the only other thing I'd like you to do is either post underneath here or visit me on Twitter or Facebook. Let me know you watch this. Let me know what you've got out of it. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's anything further you would like to hear in regards to this. And on top of that, please do share it. If you know anybody who can benefit from this, please do share it. The whole key is to impact one person at a time. And the best way to do that is if you felt there's value in here and you already feel something changing inside you, share it with at least one person who can also benefit just the same. That's it for now. I'm Joey Atlas. Thank you for joining me on the Candid Coaching Cam session. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.